Welcome to Women's Football Weekly. Coming up, we have the best action from 3 top European leagues: Germany's Frauen-Bundesliga, the Premier League in France, and Italy's Serie A are all entering the crucial final few weeks of the season. On Saturday, over 30,000 fans were in Frankfurt to see the meeting of second-placed Eintracht and league leaders Bayern Munich. With 4 games to go, there were 6 points between the top 2 in Germany's Frauen-Bundesliga, meaning the opening goal would be crucial in this match. Bayern would get it after 12 minutes. Lea Schuler finding herself all alone at the back post to steer in a Clara Bull cross. Germany striker Schuler's 8th league goal of the campaign came at a good time. The defending champions were on track to make it 10 consecutive league wins. The home team would have a glorious chance to equalise on 18 minutes. After a super pass from Laura Freigang, Lisanne Greve missed the target. Eintracht hoping they could make home advantage count against Bayern, having drawn away in the league in November before losing a cup quarter-final in Munich in February 4-1 after extra time. Bayern, though, could have stretched their lead soon after that chance. You would have backed Pernilla Harder to score after a well-judged run from deep, but the former Chelsea attacker could only hit the post. The champions would create another big opportunity on the half-hour mark. Persistence would pay off for Harder as she eventually got the ball to Clara Bull. And Bayern would go 2-0 up. The Germany wingers' 7th league goal of the campaign, and the visitors on course for a 16th win in 19 league matches overall. Eintracht in need of a major rally in the second half to stay in the title hunt. Instead, it was Bayern who scored again 3 minutes after the restart. Harder made it 3-0 after Julia Gwynn's ball into the box was not dealt with. That the Danes' 12th league goal of the season. Bayern announced last week they will open next season with a match at the 75,000 capacity Allianz Arena in Munich. They're likely to play it as reigning champions again, following this 3-0 success in Frankfurt. On Sunday, Wolfsburg had the chance to go second. They were sure to find it tough, though, to get a positive result away to 5th place Freiburg. The home team have been in great form recently. On 21 minutes, Germany legend Alexandra Popp would land a shot on target as the visitors pushed for the opening goal. Popp was chasing a 7th league strike of the season, and she would go even closer soon afterwards, only to be denied again. Freiburg keeper Lena Nuding making the save. On 31 minutes, Freiburg's Cora Zikai almost scored one of the goals of the season. But Annika Borba made one of the saves of the season, keeping it scoreless at the break. It was Wolfsburg who would find a way to goal on 72 minutes, albeit in fortuitous circumstances. Half-time substitute Joelle Wedemeyer broke the deadlock, but this was possibly a cross rather than a shot. Freiburg would have one last chance to extend their unbeaten run to 6 matches. It would fall to Annabelle Schaching with 90 seconds of normal time left. The Austrian substitute left unmarked from Nia Zenk's cross. And it was a very popular goal, her 3rd of the season, earning a point for the home team. Freiburg 1, Wolfsburg 1 was the final score. Lots at stake when Bayer Leverkusen met local rivals Cologne on Monday. 4th place Leverkusen still had hope of finishing in the top 3. Their chances of doing so took a hit on 35 minutes. Taylor Ziemer's sharp footwork had the home defence in disarray. The American made the most of a good pass from Laura Vogt to get her second goal of the season. Second bottom Cologne, dreaming of only their second league win, but Leverkusen would find an equaliser 8 minutes after the interval. Denmark international Cornelia Kramer scored for the 9th time so far. Kramer's header from Christine Kogel's corner just about got past the visiting keeper Aurora Mikkelsen. Cologne did at least pick up a valuable point as it finished 1-1 in Leverkusen. On Saturday, there was a crunch encounter at the foot of the table when Carl Zeiss Jena hosted bottom club Turbine Potsdam. Jena getting the all-important opening goal on 64 minutes. Winter signing Isabella Jaron scored for the first time as a Jena player from a Mirza Julevic free kick. That goal enough to put 9 points between these two promoted teams. Six-time Frauen-Bundesliga champions Potsdam look certain to be relegated after this 1-0 defeat on the road. Hoffenheim are chasing a top 5 finish. They were home to a Leipzig team just 3 points behind them in the table. Selina Cerci struck first for Hoffenheim. She netted her 12th league goal this season, just a few days after scoring a hat-trick in Germany's 6-1 Nations League triumph over Scotland. 2 minutes later, it was 2-0, having made the opener. This time Melissa Köstler made the most of Cerci's hard work. Two former Potsdam teammates combining as Köstler fired a shot in off the post for her 4th goal this term. 3 minutes after the interval, Hoffenheim increased their lead. The home team on the way to 3 points when the ball flew in off Leipzig's Julia Landenberger. Not that she knew much about this one. Leipzig, though, didn't throw in the towel. On 59 minutes, Giovanna Hoffmann would pull a goal back. That her 11th this season for the visitors. She'd also scored twice in Germany's thumping win over Scotland. Hoffenheim responded 8 minutes later, Cerci making it easy for substitute Julia Hickelsberger to score. 4-1 Hoffenheim midway through the second half. Leipzig had beaten Hoffenheim 3-1 in November. With 12 minutes to play, they made it a 2-goal game here. Vanessa Fudala had her 10th goal this season. She got some help, a goalkeeping error from Laura Dick. Another substitute would have the last say for Hoffenheim, though. Marie Steiner finding the net 5 minutes into stoppage time. It finished Hoffenheim 5, Leipzig 2. The weekend's action had kicked off on Friday with a mid-table clash between Essen and Werder Bremen. The home team had plenty of chances, but it was visiting attacker Larissa Mühlhaus who made the breakthrough. In 72 minutes, the Bremen striker scored for the 7th time in the league this season. And that was the only goal. Bremen starting to build some confidence ahead of the German Cup final against Bayern on May the 1st. Essen 0, Bremen 1, the final score. So Bayern are 1 win away from being crowned champions again after their victory in Frankfurt. Jena are now safe after winning against relegation rivals Potsdam. With 3 games left, Bayern are 8 points clear of Wolfsburg and 9 ahead of Eintracht, who dropped to 3rd. It's looking grim for Potsdam at the bottom, with only 1 team going down. Next time out, Bayern are at home to Freiburg. In France on Saturday, league leaders Lyon took on third-placed Paris FC. Champions Lyon had won 14 successive league matches before this encounter, and after 15 minutes, Damaris Egarola had them in front again. The Netherlands international heading in her first goal of the season from a Jennifer Maratsan corner. 1-0 Lyon at half-time then. But a minute after the break, Paris FC would hit back. Their equaliser coming when Clara Matteo scored her league-high 16th goal of the season. Visiting captain Gaetan Tini had the assist. 39-year-old Tini recently announced that she'll be retiring at the end of the campaign. With 15 minutes to go, it looked like Lyon were headed for another victory ahead of their Champions League semi-final against Arsenal. Amel Majri expertly curling a free kick into the top corner. A wonderful 7th league goal of the season for her, only 6 minutes after coming on. But 2 minutes into injury time, Paris FC would reply. Substitute Mathilde Bourdieu equalising. That was from Kenza Roche-Dufour's free kick. Bourdieu's 6th goal so far meant that this game finished Lyon 2, Paris FC 2. The visitors well pleased to pick up a point. Paris Saint-Germain had earlier hosted second bottom Reims on Friday. They were looking for win number 15 on match day 20. PSG's Joe Echegini would crack a shot off the post early on. That was a sign of things to come. It was winter signing Merveille Kanjinga who put the home side ahead after 7 minutes. The Democratic Republic of Congo international scored from a Romain Lecter corner. That her 2nd goal in French football. On 19 minutes, there was a role reversal. Kanjinga setting up Lecter for goal number 2. That was an emphatic finish from the former PSV and Ajax attacker. 3 minutes later, Lecter, the provider again. This time, Polish defender Paulina Dudek headed home from a free kick. And that was her first goal this season. Struggling Reims would fail to stop the rot in the second half. On 52 minutes, Echegini would get a 4th goal for the home team. And it was a good one as well. The Nigeria midfielder has now scored 5 times in the league this season. And 5 minutes later, Echegini would create goal number 5. A delightful defence-splitting pass. And that allowed France attacker Marie-Antoinette Katoto to calmly help herself to a 12th goal of the campaign. 2 minutes from time, PSG had another. Grasqueoro with the assist, this time as Lecter raced through. The Dutch attacker grabbing her 2nd of the night and 8th of the season. PSG scoring 6 goals for the 3rd match running. They won this game by 6-0. With 3 games to go, Dijon wanted to hang on to the final top 4 playoff spot. 4th bottom Saint-Etienne were not clear of relegation trouble. Kate Taylor denied by a brilliant goal line clearance onto the bar from Solène Champagnac as Dijon pressed for a late winner. The home team were to be rewarded 5 minutes into injury time. Polish attacker Klaudia Jedlinska glancing in her 9th goal of the season from Meriam Tershun's cross. A cruel finish for Saint-Etienne, who have now lost their last 6 league matches. Dijon were 1-0 winners. Fleury in 5th, were 6 points behind Dijon ahead of their match at home to mid-table Nantes. After 37 minutes, Charlotte Fernandez headed to the net for Fleury from Marine Defour's corner. That was the defender's 2nd goal this season. And 3 minutes after the restart, another fullback would get on the score sheet for the home side. From a Fernandez cross, Morgan Martins brilliantly guided home a header. And that was her second goal this season as well. These sides had played out a 0-0 draw in December, but Nantes were second best in this game. 6 minutes after Fleury's second goal, they would create another chance, a big one as well from their own goal kick. Faustine Robert eventually running through unchecked, and she made sure of the points. A fourth goal for Robert since she joined from Montpellier last summer. And they kept the pressure up on 63 minutes. Fleury would have another opportunity from the penalty spot this time. Aissata Traoré was taken down by Julie Pasquerot. Marine Defour slotting in her second goal of the season. That completed the scoring. Fleury 4, Nantes 0 was how this one finished. With only 3 points on the board, Guingamp were all but certain to be relegated. They were at home to Montpellier on Saturday. 4 minutes before half-time, Anaïs Ribera almost had Guingamp in front. The referee decided that she was fouled by Montpellier keeper Justine Laurent. Penalty awarded. Alison Penigel would score it. The home side in front. And things would improve further for Guingamp on 58 minutes. That was when Ribera got through to get their second goal of the afternoon. Agathe Donari played Ribera through, and that was her first goal this season. With 20 minutes left, it was 3-0. Algeria centre-back Sofia Gelati, the scorer on this occasion. A good finish from Lila Penot's free kick. Sixth-placed Montpellier had beaten Guingamp 7-0 earlier in the season. They got a goal back with 11 minutes remaining. 17-year-old substitute Justine Rouquet on target. And that was her first strike in the top flight. It finished Guingamp 3, Montpellier 1. On Sunday, relegation threatened Strasbourg were at home to Le Havre. Strasbourg were hoping for their third win of the campaign, and approaching the half-hour mark, they hit the front with a very well-worked goal. Yves Perisset squaring the ball for Megan Hölzel to score. That was her second of the campaign. Strasbourg had beaten Guingamp just before the international break, but in this game, Le Havre would level just 6 minutes after the opener. A fantastic finish coming up from Eva Kouache. That ensured the visitors would leave with a share of the spoils. Strasbourg 1, Le Havre 1. That point takes the home team just clear of the relegation zone. Lyon's winning run is over, but they remain unbeaten after drawing with Paris FC. A point for Strasbourg means that Guingamp are officially relegated despite their win over Montpellier. 2 games to go in the regular season. Lyon 8 points ahead of PSG. Dijon now look sure to join them in the top 4 playoffs. At the bottom, Saint-Etienne, Strasbourg or Reims will join Guingamp in the second tier next season. In Italy, defending champions Roma had to win against league leaders Juventus on Sunday to keep their slim title chances alive. Juve landed the first blow early in the game. Norway's Emma Stollen Goddo scored with a well-placed shot on 9 minutes. The winter signing from Vålerenga, notching her first league goal since moving to Italy. Just when Roma were applying plenty of pressure, Sofia Cantore robbed Elena Linari of the ball, and she would make it 2-0 to Juve on 31 minutes. A really nice finish from Italy attacker Cantore. She now has 11 league goals for the season. Pauline Pero-Magnan then kept out Manuela Giuliano's free kick with 17 minutes left. The Bianconeri on track for a third win in 4 games against Roma this season. But there was hope for the home team with 7 minutes remaining. Valentina Giacinti grabbing her 50th goal for the Giallorossi in all competitions. Deep in stoppage time, substitutes Benedetta Gliona and Alice Corelli could have got an equaliser. But it was not to be for Roma, who will hope for better luck when they meet Juve again in the cup final on May 17th. Juve won 2-1, and they're now just 1 win away from being crowned Italian champions. It was 5th against 4th on Saturday when AC Milan played Fiorentina. Midway through the half, Milan took the initiative. Marta Mascarello slipped the ball to Evelyn Ije. The Swedish striker finding the net for the 3rd game running. And just 6 minutes later, Ije turned sharply to double Milan's lead. That was her 10th league goal so far. Another Swedish international scored just before half-time. Agnesa Bonfantini finding Madeleine Yanogi. She made it 2-1. A clearance from debutante goalkeeper Noemi Fedeli, helping give Fiorentina a lifeline. But Giorgia Aragoni made it 3-1 Milan with a deflected shot 3 minutes after the break. Goal number 5 of the campaign for Aragoni. 5 minutes later, EJ sent Monica Renzotti away. And this was a great finish from the teenager. Her first goal in professional football put the Rossoneri in total control. A case of 6th time lucky for Milan against Fiorentina this season. They finally got the better of the Viola. Finnish defender Emma Koivisto netted as well, just past the hour from Renzotti's cross. 2 minutes later, it was 5-2. Sophie Bredgaard's shot looping into the path of Yanogi, who helped it to the net. Former Hammarby striker Yanogi would complete her hat-trick 8 minutes from time with what was her 6th goal of the season. Fiorentina's hopes of European football, though, look over after this 5-3 defeat. Milan, meanwhile, remain unbeaten in the championship playoffs. Lazio's Flaminia Simonetti smacked the crossbar with a first-half free kick in their game at Sampdoria. Lazio did score from a set-piece 7 minutes after the interval, though. Clarisse Lebihan thundered a shot into the net for her 6th goal this season. Promoted Lazio hoped to finish 6th, and they boosted their chances of doing so just past the hour mark. Noemi Vicentin made it a 2-goal game with her 7th of the season. And 3 minutes later, Lazio would get a penalty. Vanessa Panzeri taking down Vicentin. Simonetti successful from the spot for her 3rd league goal this season. This was a convincing 3-0 victory for Lazio. On Sunday, Napoli hoping to pull 4 points clear of Sampdoria when they played Sassuolo, but they fell behind with 14 minutes to go. Substitute Elena Dont connecting with the header. Her 3rd goal of the season, coming thanks to a cross from fellow Belgian Davina Filchins. 1-0 Sassuolo, the final score. With second-placed Inter not in action, Juventus got a crucial win over Roma. Milan also won, while there were victories for Lazio and Sassuolo in the bottom half. Juve now lead by 10 points, although Inter do have a game in hand. There's still only 1 point between Napoli and Lazio at the bottom. One team will be relegated this season. Next week, Juve play Milan, while Inter face Roma. Napoli travel to Lazio. That's all we have time for on Women's Football Weekly. But we'll be back next week with lots more goals and drama from around Europe. For myself, Mark Rodden, and the rest of the team, it's goodbye for now.